Alright, so 1 week ago, there was an incredible discovery by Henrik Norgren Weister, the guy of the Elite, a former top 10 player, a really good player actually, who does most of the tool-assisted speedruns in the game and understands the game at a level that very few other people do. And he posted a thread a week ago called New Aztec Strat Revealed. And of course, it's kind of funny, this was about a week after I finished my Aztec lore 3-part episode. And it kind of happens that way when there's sort of interest in one level, there's a lot of interest, and the floodgates can open. Usually not in the method of a new strategy. Oftentimes just a bunch of people start playing the level, get a PB or world record. But in this case, Henrik wanted to look at the level, and he wanted to try to find a new strategy. So he posted this thread, and he talks about it here. He says, found this yesterday, was planning on keeping it a secret until I got untied with it, but with both Icy and Grav on the verge of discovering it as well, I had to spill the beans. So it's kind of interesting how like everyone, or like 3 people, were trying to figure out how to get a faster Aztec glass strategy. Now, I guess I should show the current strategy, just like as sort of a display of what you do in the game now. So we'll watch. Actually, you know what? Isa's is going to be the best one to watch. Isa's 124. So it's like, what you want to do is you play through the level, and you're going to have like 2 guards run to the same spot to open the glass door for you. So he lures this guard in behind the mainframe, waits here for 2 seconds. Both the guards are going to run to the glass door. They think Bond's in the same spot, the glass door. He hides behind here. And they've opened the glass door. And that skips having to kill Jaws and go back and open the door and whatnot. So, a lot of wild stuff. That's taken years and years to refine, and if you watched the entire Aztec SpeedLore episode, you would know sort of how it progressed and how we got here. Well, now Henrik's taken it one step further. So, Henrik shows this video, and basically what he's going to show is that if you crouch near a step, like the one near the glass, you can glitch yourself inside a guard. Okay. If that works, other guards can't see you since you're inside the guard. And then now, as a result, 2 guards can run to the same spot, open the glass door, and it's a little bit faster. So let's watch a video of this and see how it works. It sounds insane, but let's see the video of the strat working. So here's Henrik. Shoots a guard to back him up. Crouches on the step, gets inside the guard. Other guards can no longer see him, and they open the glass by running into the same position as that other guard. And you just carry on at the level as so. Okay? Pretty wild. Okay, let's see if Henrik has any more explanations here. So, you want the guard to run directly to the glass, which Henrik's determined has a 14% chance of happening, run towards the glass. And even if you get this running animation, which only happens 14% of the time, because sometimes he'll roll or hop or step or charge at you or stand or kneel or do nothing, he might not run to the right spot. So Henrik studied some assembly code, managed to figure out the algorithm used to figure out at what angle the guard will run. And this is actually pretty revolutionary stuff, because it's not something that's ever been studied much before in Goldeneye history. So, the guard will always run in a 90-degree angle relative to the angle between him and Bond. That's where he runs, if he runs. He runs a minimum of 200 units, with an additional 0 to 200 being added via random distribution. Okay, I can't decode this picture, but it apparently shows where the guard can run. A little bit too INTJ for me. So, you saw Henrik shoot the guard in the leg. So he does this to get the guard close enough to the glass to get inside him. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff about, like, you need the mainframe open as well for a good speed run. Not properly timed to see how much time it saves. We don't know the name, crouch strat, whatever you're going to call it. Faster glass strat, miracle strat. And yeah, go at it, try to get some untieds, and a lot of people are posting all this kind of stuff. Wotus posts some Twin Peaks clip in response. Mirror thinks sub 120 is possible. And then we have a couple other experiments. So in the first clip you saw there, what you're going to see is Henrik lures the left guard. Backs him up with a leg shot. Crouches on a step and clips inside him. And a guard opens the door. This strat does involve getting inside a guard. So there's the door open. Okay, so then he posts this one about the right guard. What if the guard on the right can do it instead? Does this work? And we'll have a look. And this one appears, he runs right at the glass. This appears to work as well, crouching in there. That's all good. And then Ace apparently went on emulator and figured it out, and was able to get the glass open with this right guard. Now you can see on a real run how much, like, damage you're taking. So right now this level's probably not, or this strat's probably not viable on Secret Agent, Double Agent, until we, like, refine it some more. So right now you can see the guards don't know where he is. They're running around circles. And there's the glass open. He needs to, like, you know, figure out... the second guard's running circles needs to think, or to go into the same spot that the first guard that you're stuck inside is in. And then you can open the glass door. Okay, so Henrik then played this, and actually, if we look here, Henrik will say that he hacked an EverDrive cart to have the guard running 100% of the time. So, of that 14% animation, the guard only runs to the glass 14% of the time. Henrik hacked the guard, made it 100% of the time, so it's more consistent. And then he got this run. Keep in mind the record's 124, and this is going to be a 123. So, this is actually should show proof as to why EverDrive isn't allowed. It's way too easy to hack. And, like, unnoticeable stuff, right? If he just posted this video without saying it was EverDrive, we would have thought he got untied, right? But because he's honest and said, it's, you know, it's indiscernible this is EverDrive. But because he was honest and said it was EverDrive, and it was this guard's animation here was hacked, we know it's not a legitimate run. So there's the strat, guard backing up, crouch inside of him, he pauses, listen for it. Glass open, runs around, gets the dat, and he carries on his merry way like another normal Aztec agent speedrun at this point. Not an ideal protocol data, probably maybe lost half a second or a second there. And the run was decent, but, like, you know, certainly there's things to be optimized more and more from the way we see it now. Kind of makes me glad that I didn't spend like 100 hours going for Aztec Agent 124. You know, I had 125 with a missed kind of console boost. Could have grind for 124, didn't. Probably a good decision now that this strategy has been developed. So there we go. Henrik's 123 agent with an EverDrive would be an untied record, EverDrive. So that's not a legitimate run. However, Jono DSX Challenger got this run a couple days after the strategy was revealed. This was a new PB for Jono, and this was, yeah, a demonstration that the run, this strategy is viable on a real cartridge on a real speedrun. So let's see what Jono does here. Starts the same, kills the guards the same. That guard runs, backs him up, and Jono goes. Clips inside the guard, pauses for the guidance data. Glass is open. So that guard who opened the glass didn't see Bond when he was inside the other guard. Pretty smooth run, actually. Looks pretty good. You could see that it was a little bit slow. Oh, he missed the console there. Oh. Ooh, that happened to me at 125. Ooh. Probably lost a second, maybe a second and a half there. And like, you know, you could tell Jono's run here is a little bit slower than Henrik's EverDrive run. But a good run nonetheless, and a legitimate PB on the rankings with this new strategy. But, I mean, oh, well, you could hear a ton of guards die there from the little, what do you call it, the exhaust bay explosion. Ooh, Jono's freaking out about this laser guard. Oh, man. But not, only 2 guards coming out to harangue him here. Oh, there we go. And, there we go, Jono. Nice run. And Jono got a Aztec Agent 127. That was actually a 3-second cut for him. He had 130 before, so there you go. Now it's a top 10 time on the level for Jono there, 10th place. Improved it from 130. So pretty cool stuff from Jono there. So yeah, that's pretty much the new strat. I think it's way too like insane to actually start trying to do. Like I'm not keen on learning this strategy at all. This guy Ripskid thinks it should be called the teabag strat. Good idea. Yeah, and Henrik sort of goes on a more detail, talks about how it's like difficult, even sometimes it's tricky to clip out of the guard. Glass open, but now I'm stuck. Getting out of the guard can be tricky. Running away from the glass seems to work most often. Not sure if there's a consistent way to do it. So there's still a ton of stuff to be refined here. Well, it's not just it's 14% to Gelly, it's 14% for the guard to run. Then you have to execute him backing up into the glass. You have to hope nothing else random happens that screws up your run. And then it's not 14% from the... Like, that's just to give yourself a chance at the setup. Then the guard has to open the glass. So a ton of stuff is unpredictable. And only 14% of the runs will even have a chance for you to capitalize on it. And good luck, right? So I'm not too keen to go for the teabag strat anytime soon. But again, it's certainly possible we'll see the record of 124 and Agent fall. I wouldn't say soon. Not everyone's been jumping on this strat. I know if you've been paying attention to Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, new strats there in the past day, everyone just jumps on and gets new world records. Goldeneye, it's not free. Like 123 is still extremely hard to do. Certainly not a free record. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will be better off just going for the older strategy, to be honest. But there you have it. And yeah, so if you saw Henrik's 123, that was on an EverDrive. Certainly not acceptable for ranked play, because you can hack stuff like how guards run, how guards react. Imagine you could hack on Street's Agent, for example, the grenade launcher guard to be in that same spot every single time, and for him to not roll or do an animation that causes you to not get the grenade launcher, right? That's just one example of tons. You could hack Dr. Doak's position on Facility, and no one would be the wiser. Or the flight recorder on Statue, and no one would ever know. So yeah, that's why EverDrive isn't allowed, and that's kind of a side note. It's kind of cool that Henrik got an Untied using the EverDrive to kind of demonstrate that, demonstrate both why EverDrive isn't allowed, and also kind of how this strategy could be used and what times we might see from it. So you know, there's the new Aztec strategy. I would say only for Agent for now, but it depends how consistent we get and how much health we can survive, and what we can pull off. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned, and maybe some of you will give it a try yourself. Stay true, guys.